Now, I'm
Right.
going to quote something that you wrote in one of the posts about the show. These are your words.
Mhm.
Whether you are building or transforming an ecosystem where teams can flourish, disrupting the status quo can be an effective tool to get on the right track. Tell us more, please.
Yeah, so basically, I specialize and built the back end of my career off of actually transforming cultures. For some reason, I was branded as a Mr. Cleanup person.
Mm-hmm.
So I got assigned to businesses in the Middle East and Africa that were in dire straits and needed to be transformed, not just on the P&L, but through every aspect of the business, primarily leadership, people. And the way to do that is through culture, or what I call ecosystem. So whether you're transforming an ecosystem, this is the job of a leader, is to make sure that an environment exists so that each person can perform at their potential. And if you really dissect what I just said, Joyce, what that means is that, let's say you and I are peers on the same team. You have a different potential than I do, and that's okay. And one's not higher than the other; they're just different. And so, an ecosystem needs to be such that we can each perform optimally. I have things to bring to the table. You have things to bring to the table, et cetera. So, creating that ecosystem requires oftentimes disruption, meaning that that the way that people are measured, the way that performance is assessed, the way that people are compensated, the way that products are designed, the way that consumer satisfaction is measured. All of those different aspects into this, what I sum up as a people before profits mindset, which is the inverse of the 1970s, where it became really popular on shareholder first and profits at any cost. That is the fundamental root cause of most companies, big companies in the United States right now, that has triggered things like the Great Resignation and other big problems that exist, where there's a lot of talent sitting on the sidelines because they don't want to deal in a profits first culture. So putting people before profits and requires a lot of disruption. It disrupts shareholders. It disrupts the middle management that typically resist a lot of change, and they're the ones that protect their territory. It disrupts those that discriminate, those that don't have an inclusive, diverse mindset. And so that's what I mean by disruption, is that looking at what's going to be important and what are the values going to be as you redesign the ecosystem so that everybody can perform at their potential.
Oh, Bret, music to my ears. And we know that I'm going to say most, at least most of my clients, when they come to me, they leave because they didn't feel heard or respected. So when you talk about disrupting the status quo, one of my goals when I deal with leaders is to help them discover what it costs them if they don't resolve these conflicts.